area, including Morovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Simon.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LRD market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Flu Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Easy, when you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, so going deep and deeper. Put in toto ichiki. Bila living sense in her.
What happened? Mama, you still do other air?
No, let's step on it. Hey, you step on what I want to say. I go see what I want.
Share my we are only down face.
For what's a plan?
What tablet, man, piece, what tablet, piece.
No,
brain. No, stop it. You can't do that. Are you a brain human being? Let me know that roster fee. Huh? Let me know that roster fee. You tell human being you're a brain human being. Let's stop the kind of thing. If we catch criminal or somebody commit crime in our community or whatsoever, take that to the law or carry that to the nearby police station and report that to the police. Let the police themselves investigate and find out whether he right or wrong. Yesterday, I was coming from Keba. A brother walk along truck. I said, they said the truck hit the motorball ball. All the motorball men plus the keke men get and they said they want point the driver in the truck. It's wrong. Let's stop more violence. Maybe the accuser or somebody that you feel are criminal, they may not be criminal. But when you take that to the police station, based upon the police investigation, they will tell you that they made that criminal or not. Please, my people.
Who are you?
You policeman.
But you're moppy?
Yeah, come here. As I do. Yes, you're all right. As I was saying, yeah, let's stop that kind of thing. Take it to the law. You not get one right under the law. Nobody right until the law can say you are right or wrong. Please, I beg you, my people.
Who say you?
If I don't who tell you,
So say who?
so say oh man, same Zion. The man who get crime stopper. He the one say, I'm gonna tell you, nobody must take the law in their hand. Don't say they say in Jamaica say, oh man, same Zion say, don't take the law in your hand. You have to come away. You want it was you who will be the first now to come and me.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel do. Hey, all it down there. Oh, man, says that we get a teaser for you.
Asuna tepre, when chicken say, "Bogoni oko," it's a gossip.
A very warm and pleasant good morning. Welcome to the program from the print news here on Freedom Communications in Cabarita. Today is Monday. We want to say, wherever you are joining our today's show, we want to say we are here to bring you the best your radio can offer. We have a lot of papers on our decks. 2 papers on our decks this morning. My name is Esther Darling Daku, and Wendell is here. Good morning, Wendell.
Good morning, Esther, and good morning to our many followers and listeners.
Good morning, Gus.
Good morning, darling.
morning.
She had to make sure she put that into the a real eating chicken today.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Liberia. I'm glad, excited to be here this morning. I'm going to my place of work. Just want us Liberians, if you have the chance, go see one of your sons play today in the World Cup. And I mean, actually two of them. It's a proud moment for us. Our
Yeah.
senseless war got us to here, but these are some of the benefits of it. You know what I'm saying? You got the likes of Timothy Weah and the kid from Canada,
Alfonso Davis.
Alfonso Davis. Okay, these young men would have been in Liberia, languaging around with no opportunity.
Of
But
course.
just being the place they are today, they're able to realize many people's dreams. So pretty excited. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gus. And folks, like Esther said, we have two local dailies to share with you on today's edition. We have with us the Front Page Africa newspaper and
We have the newspaper.
all right, so this morning, get set as we drive you through the front and back pages. Just to let you know, this program from the Print News is brought to you through the kind courtesy of Mayuba and Sons Incorporated, one of the giants in the importation and distribution of petroleum products on the Liberian market. Mayuba head office is right there, Freeport, opposite NAFA headquarters. And Crime Stoppers Liberia is also one of our major sponsors. And Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road, Smart Road Junction. So those of you having that special occasion, you want to get drinks, you want to get groceries, you want to get cheaper things, for wholesale and retail, the best place to go is Exodus Best Price Store. So let me start up with the Front Page Africa newspaper this morning. And it says, on the front page, we're taking some top stories. Then we come to the major ones on the front page. Right. Back to praising key suspect in U.S. 100 million drug bust thrown back in jail after mysterious release. And another story here says, massive endorsement. United Gribble Association of Liberia pledges support to Alexander Cummings presidential bid. And lastly, for top stories, Living Legends, Kids Engagement Education Projects unveils book honoring contributions to great Liberian women. And we now take the big story on the front page. House Speaker and Unity Party chair among homes disconnected. Big fish nap in power theft. Oh, wow. As Liberia Electricity Corporation, LEC, loses US $48 million annually to power theft, Fearless Mary Bros scrupulously implements mandate disconnecting the home of House Speaker Buffer Chambers and several others that are illegally connected to electricity grids in Monrovia and its environs. Caution friends and others working in government to pay for electricity or risks falling prey to disconnection or fines. This story is very, very interesting. I hope to speak to the political advisor there in the office of Speaker Buffer Chambers. We try to reach him and talk to him about this recent development involving his boss. It says Front Page Africa has reliably gathered that an operation intended to combat against power theft and raise needed revenue for the government of Liberia through the Liberia Electricity Corporation, LEC, has affected the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Buffer Chambers, and several others in the rehab community in Painesville, outside Monrovia. Created in 1973, the LEC is a public utility primarily funded by an act of legislature to produce and supply economic and reliable electric power to the entire nation, while at the same time maintaining the corporation financial viability. That's intrinsic in the mandate is the responsibility for improving and expanding the system to meet future growth. LEC therefore obtains the responsibility of ensuring that efficient, reliable, and affordable electric power is available not only to meet the increasing demand for electric energy in Liberia, but also to serve a catalyst for social economic development. However, the corporation continues to struggle to effectively and efficiently carry out its statutory tasks and responsibilities due to limited logistical, financial, and technical supports, as we as PowerTIV. In a bid to address the situation, the government on November 9 established the LEC Anti-PowerTIV task force to combat against the unlawful supply and connections of electricity in the capital. All right, so we continue. It says the task force is co-chaired by Madam Braw, her workaholic spirit and zest to strengthen up things when she served as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Monrovia City Corporation as director and mayor respectively, gained her favor among the citizenry, immediately passed in current governments and nicknamed General Braw. LEC's acting chief executive officer, Moni Kaptan, disclosed at the launch that the corporation is losing US $48 million annually to PowerTIV. According to him, the loss is nearly 50% of what is being generated by the entity every year. In keeping with her mandate, Madam Braw has been leading the team in various community disconnecting and levying fines on individuals and businesses that are illegally connected or bypassing meters issued them. On Saturday, November 19, the task force intensified its operations in the rehab community in Painesville, outside Monrovia, disconnecting homes, businesses, including stores and hotels, for being illegally connected directly without using any meters. The rehab community is also hosting the home of President George Manuel Weah. Adolphus Scott, one of the leaders of the task force, reported that about 105 structures, including 2 hotels, 83 households, and 22 businesses, were illegally connected on direct. Connection on direct means the bypassing of LEC distributed meters by customers to either not pay electricity bills at all or pay less for huge energy supply being used at their various facilities. The homes of Speaker Buffer Chambers and Unity Party Chairman Luther Tappe were reported to be among the 83 households that were disconnected. He also pointed out that a full 2-phase arrangement on direct with large consumption was also noticed and disconnected by the team. The task force took less than 48 hours to disconnect the 105 homes and businesses in the rehab community. Scott warned residents of the 52 community across Montserrat, particularly those residing around the Monrovia Consolidated School System or grades networks, to avoid giving money to LEC workers or others roaming around on motorbikes to rally and encourage them to pay for electricity or meters. So that's the story there. And it says here, big fish nap in PowerTIV. Speaker Buffer Chambers and the chairman of Unity Party, Luther Tappe. Another big story on the front page, EcoBank says no latest secret EcoBank account in Cote d'Ivoire as alleged by dismissed official Alex Williams. 6100005514 was a transit account created by EcoBank Cote d'Ivoire for latest foreign exchange payment to Avenet Consulting for transport of census tablets. And we run a few lines of the story on page 2. The Minister of Finance and Planning, that's the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Samuel Toy, is not a signatory to the latest census account with EcoBank. Neither did he transfer any money from latest account to a private account in Cote d'Ivoire, EcoBank Liberia has clarified. The clarification from the bank comes amid an allegation from dismissed Deputy Director General for Statistics and Data Processing alleges Alex Williams, who claimed on Spoon FM last week that the finance minister who chairs Legis board, that he had transferred a sum of US $2 million from Legis account to his private EcoBank account 6100005514 in neighboring Ivory Coast. Williams was dismissed along with Deputy Director General for Operations Wilmer Smith by President Weah last week after several flaws impeding the start of the 2022 national census on November 11 became very glaring. The flaws that marred the process range from questioning recruitment of enumerators to inadequate deployment of census materials to payment of enumerators. The 2022 National Population and Housing Census will be the first in 15 years. The Constitution of Liberia requires that a census be held after every 10 years. After his dismissal, Williams accused Minister Twere of committing fraud at Legis while misinforming the president about the realities at the census house. However, Minister Twere, who did not take the allegation lightly, wrote EcoBank Liberia requesting the bank to investigate and provide clarity on the allegation made against him. In a November 17, 2022 communication addressed to the managing director of EcoBank Liberia, Mr. George Mensah Asante, Mr. Twere stated, "The baseless allegation is damaging and has compelled me to kindly request EcoBank to provide me with the facts pursuant to the account in question. As I am only a signatory to a personal account I have with EcoBank in Liberia, I do not have the means to withdraw funds from any account of the government ministry or agency, and I am completely perplexed as to why Mr. Williams chose to lob such an allegation against me, knowing factually that as minister, I do not administer the day-to-day financial affairs of Legis or any government agency." Minister Twere further contended that in his capacity as finance minister, he approves transfers of public monies to various government ministries and agencies under the Public Finance Management Law under established in its general regulations. He stated in his communication that these transfers under the PFM law follow established PFM procedures and protocols to access resources from designated US dollar and Liberian dollar bank accounts at various financial institutions or banks. So let's leave the story right there and we run to the back page. Ecuador brush poor Qatar aside in World Cup opener. The hosts look as though they have no chance of getting out of the group. And so that's all we can take. Let's send controls to Esther for the continuation of the dailies.
Of course, we have the newspaper on my Vex, and of course, the top story says showcasing British Liberia's education transformation successes at Innovation Africa 2022. We'll take some lines. Major education project skills development and the upsurge in investments leveraging technology for education were the main focus of Africa's #1 high-level ministerial forum. Innovation Africa that's the 16th to 18th November 2022 in Lusaka, Zambia. This 10th anniversary edition of the summit was held under the patronage of the government of the Republic of Zambia and led by President Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. Hundreds of our government ministries officials traveled across the continent to attend the summit, including Liberia's Minister of Education, Honorable Prof. Ansu Soni. We'll stop you there. You can grab a copy to read in depth of that story. Major twist in Liberty Party saga as ability sustains legal blow. Page 3 has this story. Let's run there and see some lines on page 3 of this paper. It says the embattled national chairman of the opposition Liberty Party, Musa Bilati, has sustained legal blood and nose in his quest to sidestep his political leader and others from the party. Over the weekend, the Board of Commissioners of the National Elections Commission denied the consolidated motions to that's dismiss and judicial review as prayed for by Billy's lawyer in the inter-party conflict of the Liberty Party. The Board of Commissioners in its ruling last Friday instructed the hearing officer, Councillor Muna Ville, to take charge of the matter and resume jurisdiction in the inter-party conflict case involving Bility and Alvira's political leader Yombli Kanga Lawrence and Emmanuel Azango, all of the Liberty Party. In a board's ruling read by its clerk, Fofi Sharif, it said the hearing officer did not err when he issued the stay order on the conviction of the Liberty Party in the motion for judicial review. Mobility lawyers took exception to the ruling and said it will take advantage of the law. Bility and I were represented in the administrative court by Councillor Hilton Powell, while the respondents Yombli Kanga Lawrence were represented by Councillor Gloria Musu Scott and Councillor Augustine Fire. 5 members of the Board of Commissioners led by the presiding and acting BOC chairperson, Councillor P. Tapla Reeves, Fall Oxley Sayor, Councillor Ernestine Morgan, Way, Josephine Kwa Gay, and Basi Leo Kangba signed the 2 motions in the party's case. Since Liberty Party's special convention in Wangabong County of January 2021, there has been perpetual internal wrangling within the once peaceful and well-structured organization. It is alleged that Bility's faction of the party authored the January 2021 Liberty Party, giving him more power while reducing the power of the embattled political leader, Senator Yombli Kanga Lawrence. Well, let's stop you there and look up more stories from this paper. On the front page, government regrets Broad's comment against Fula community. And this story have been circulating in the papers the entire of last week. But let's just take some lines. The government, through the Ministry of Justice, has expressed regrets over recent statements made by Madam Mary Broad about the Fula community in Monrovia. A statement has disclosed during a meeting with the community Thursday, November 17. Justice Minister Musa Dean Jr., who is the acting chair of the cabinet, assured all persons within the borders of Liberia of the government's full protection as guaranteed by the Constitution. And page 8 has a completion. Let's take you there quickly and bring you some more lines. Laws of Liberia. He said the government will scrupulously ensure that this fundamental right is upheld at all times, irrespective of ethnic background, race, sex, creed, place of origin, or political opinion. The minister emphasized that all persons are equal before the law and are entitled to equal protection. Madam Broad has since apologized for the utterance and the incident that occurred when she led an anti-power theft team earlier this month. The statement furthered that the Fula community also brought to the attention of the minister and his entourage instances of what they describe as harassment by officers of the Liberia Immigration Service, who they said generally consider all Fulanese as foreigners. Let's take some more story at the back page of the newspaper. This is the nation's news. Since 1989, CDC begins 7th National and International Congress, several positions up for grab. The 7th National Congress Organizing Committee of the Congress for Democratic Change has announced to all accredited delegates, partisans, supporters, observers, and general public of the ongoing conduct of the party's 7th National Congress, which business session is slated for November 20 to the 26th, 2022. According to a statement, all Congress activities are taking place at the party's national headquarters in Congo Town, Monrovia, Liberia. The parties announced that delegates arrival is slated for November 20, 2022. The statement furthered that commencement of business is slated for November 21, 2022, while adjournment of convention is November 26, 2022. Well, let's stop you there. Linsu urged to address students' challenges, converge hundreds of students at NYSS. The superintendent of the Monrovia Consolidated School System, Mr. Sei Lakpo Zaolo, has urged the Liberian National Students Union to address challenges faced by students in the country, addressing hundreds of students recently at the first National Youth and Student Summit in Monrovia. It has a completion of this story. Let's run you there. MCSS Superintendent said young people of Liberia are saddened with what he characterized as a triple threat of adolescent pregnancy, drugs addiction, poverty, and dishonesty. According to him, the adolescent pregnancy rate in Liberia is strategically high because it is estimated that 1 in 3 adolescent girls are pregnant before the age of 18 in Liberia, despite they should be in school and not in the maternal wards. Delivering a keynote address at the summit, Superintendent Zaolo noted that page 10 has a completion of this story. Let's run you there. That most of the girls' pregnancies are something pinned on them by the neglect of society, while many adolescent pregnancies involve girls with low social economic status. While education is a precursor for equity, peace, democracy, and national development, a well-informed, healthy, highly skilled, and conscientious citizenry is impressive for education. Ironically, over young people are saddened with what I will characterize as a triple threat. We will stop it there and look up more stories at the back page of this paper. This story says Afam Fawaz takes issue with Kenya. This is at the back page of this paper. And of course, we want to take some lines. The Independent Workers Association of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs says its attention is drawn to the overexpressed show of unfriendliness to the government of the People's Republic of China by government Liberia executed by Minister of Foreign Affairs Mr. D. Maxwell Sakimia. It is alleged that for the third time, Minister Kimia has given instruction for the Liberian mission to the United Nations to consign a resolution act of intractable bigotry condemning China for human rights violation, particularly in its Xinjiang, Tibet, and Hong Kong territories. The Amofawa calls on the minister to revisit and firmly request the One China policy and to strictly adhere to non-interference into the internal affairs of each other. The continuous, page 8 has a completion. Where is this story? The continuous Liberia's blind co-sponsorship of UN resolution against China without an independent investigation is counterproductive and unacceptable to a mutually beneficial relation between our two countries, the group said in a statement. Liberia is said to have been the only African country with diplomatic relations with China that is constantly sided or being influenced by Western powers, especially the United States of America, to conveniently speak against China on the world stage with absolute disregard to the African Union common position, non-interference in the matter. The group says it is convinced beyond every reasonable doubt that Ambassador Kimia is playing a dangerous international power politics between the United States and China to receive personal benefits. The statement against the backdrop and in consideration of the cordial relationship that subsists between the Republic of Liberia and the People's Republic of China. The group is calling on His Excellency Dr. George Manneh, President of the Republic of Liberia, to commission an investigation on the action of Foreign Minister D. Maxwell Sakimia for attempting to shift the trajectory of Liberia-China relationship. More so, Amofawa wants the investigation to find out whether Mr. Kimia's action are to his benefit or that of Liberia. Processed into, okay, I think that's where this story stops. And that's all we can take from that. And let's bring you our final story from the back page of the newspaper. Liberia humanitarian wins 4 prestigious awards in the U.S. Well, that's good. Let's just take a few lines. Liberia's humanitarian has received 4 prestigious awards from reputable organizations based in the United States for their consistent advocacy and on training support towards the improvement of the well-being and dignity of thousands of less fortunate Liberians, including children and old folks in Liberia and other parts of the world. Madam Kolu Sokodolo Waters, founder, chief executive officer of Kolu Sokoloko International Children Foundation based in Liberia and Sierra Leone, respectively, was the only Black among 60 persons who received awards from the Gawad America Awards on Saturday, November 19. Well, that's all we can take from the newspaper this morning. You can grab a copy for just $40 Liberian. Let's turn controls back to Wendell.
Thank you very much. And we're going to take our break. We'll come back. We join our partner, and then we can talk to you, our listeners. So up next is our break.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Sigma Compound on the Bushra Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886-512-379, 0777-512-379, or 0777-255-030, or email us Mayoba, MAYOUBAHS @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
What happened? Mama, you still do air?
No, let's do it. Boy. Hey, yes, the motor will pass. I go see what I'm
Shame, we are only down face.
For what's the blood?
What tablet, man, piece. What tablet, piece.
No,
boy. No, stop it. You can't do that. How you a boy human being? Let me know that roster fee. Let me know that roster fee. You tell human being you're a boy human being. Let's stop the kind of thing. If we catch criminal or somebody commit crime in our community or whatsoever, take that to the law or carry that to the nearby police station and report that to the police. Let the police themselves investigate and find out whether he right or wrong. Yesterday, I was coming from Keba. A brother walked on truck. I said, no, they said the truck hit the motorball ball. All the motorball men plus the keke men get down. They said the one point the driver in the truck. It's wrong. Let's stop more violence. Maybe the accuser or somebody that you feel are criminal, they may not be criminal. But when you take that to the police station, based upon the police investigation, they will tell you that they made that criminal or not. Please, my people.
Who are you?
You policeman.
Why you moppy?
Yeah, come here. You go to ask me as I do. Yes, you're all right. As I was saying, yeah, let's stop that kind of thing. Take it to the law. You not get one right under the law. Nobody right until the law can say you are right or wrong. Please, I beg you, my people.
Who say you?
If I say who tell you,
So say who?
so say oh man, same Zion, the man who get crime stopper. He the one say, I'm gonna tell you, nobody must take the law in their hand. Don't say they say in Jamaica say, oh man, same Zion say, don't take the law in your hand. You have to come away. You want it will do what will be the first now to come attack me.
Yeah, not true, yeah. I ain't there.
Yeah, I feel you.
Do. Hey, all the time there. Oh man, same Zion, look at Jesus for you.
Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIV market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Easy, when you want some more, I provide. So we start to talk. Come on, so going deep and deeper. Put in to Ichiki.
All right, welcome back from that short commercial break. But let's send controls to Gus. Gus, Gus?
Hello?
Yeah. Go
I was
ahead.
listening to you. Yes.
Okay.
It's the stories were many, but I think there's only 2 that were somewhat of a concern. The first one, and probably the main one, is the electricity thing. But I'm kind of concerned with that story because I know the how you call it, hot speaker lived on GSA Road. I'm not sure if he got a new house now, but he had bought my how you call it, Mother Burnell or something house. It's not far from my house there in GSA Road. So I'm surprised actually the other house they're talking about was his house. Maybe it's a second house or something like that. And then obviously, I mean, just to tell you what we've been discussing here many of times, when we say the people that just want to blindly agree with things, always tell us, oh my God, you're going after this person. Look at Mary Brewer. All this power theft thing we talk about all the time. When a woman get in the street, what happened? There's some resolve. You get the same thing with other issues, like the garbage. Nobody get in the street, garbage will be in the street. So, I mean, Madam Brewer and her team, I first of all want to say congratulations and thank you. And actually the team of the LEC who sees the need to be able to curtail some of this issue. Because if you don't, you are going to be the one liable again for every time there's a shortage in Liberia. Everybody say, oh, LEC, 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 LEC. So if LEC get ahead of the problem, then there's not this huge power theft issue and then shortage and all that other stuff. So LEC, kudos. Then the other one is the finance minister. Mr. Minister, newsflash. I think this issue we have here is not just if the bank that money was wired to was your account or not. Now, I would like the government of Liberia to find out why we're spending that much money to and send overseas to Ivory Coast or whatever for transportation of equipment that you got for free. You know, I want to know, who is this company? Is the government, is Legis not able to write a check to a shipping line or a airline and say, hey, yeah, get this thing to us? So that's the question we should be asking, especially the amount of money we're talking about. I mean, if this company, who owns this company? If we went through a third-party company, what's their affiliation? So, I mean, I don't think it's just about, oh, the bank money was wired there, but there is evidence that, and you, Mr. Minister, have agreed that money was transferred indeed to that account. So for me, it's, I can't blame the minister. I can't say that the minister account, on the account, I can see his name on there, but we already saw the bank entity say it's not his account. So now we want to ask the bank, who is this account belong to that this money transfer was to? You know, and how much money has been going to this particular entity? Since it's not the minister account, which we agree, if it's not his account, that's fine. But who account is it? And why we keep sending money to it? That's my question. Thank you.
And right on the issue of the power theft in the country, I'm actually glad that Mirabel is on this team, because the issue of power theft is something we all have been talking about for years. It's not something that we even talked about this year. It's just something we've been talking about countless and countless of time. And with the upgrade that we are about to have, the electricity from Ivory Coast, I think this is on course, honestly, because if people will get used to the issue of buying current or money for their meters, it is going to help. Seriously, it is really going to help. So kudos to the team there, Mirabel. You guys are doing extremely well with this power theft
thing
issue.
And in addition to that, with the story on the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper, I just spoke with the political advisor in the office of Speaker Buffer Chambers.
Okay.
And all he said to me in that entire story is a trash. All right, so.
But that's what they all can say. They don't tell us more.
What's the trash?
Yeah, and there's also a comment here from our comment session that says, "This is Beatrice."
We'll get to that. We'll get to that, but.
Right. Okay.
He was on the line with me and said I shouldn't give that story credence because it's a complete trash. Where the speaker and the chairman of the Unity Party, Luther Tappe, out of the 102 homes, that were disconnected, the house was part of it. The house of Buffer Chambers in the rehab community. Mm-hmm. And the current chairman of Unity Party, Luther Tappe. So, like I said, the guy who runs the political affairs in the office of Speaker Chambers, George Watkins, told me, Wendell, do not give credence to that story.
Right. Just
consider that as a trash. But that's it until we can get to know the real facts about, Minister Buffer Chambers, the speaker, being involved with power theft.
Right.
So far, so good. What we can say to you now, according to the political officer, that story is a trash. All right. So it's good, because the government continue to suffer huge losses. $48 million annually. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That money can do a lot of things for our country.
Right.
That's why we use our platform all of the time to encourage people to do legal things. Illegal things not correct. You sit in your little corner, you be criticizing and say, "Oh, these people are corrupt," and you are saying yourself, you're being corrupt.
Of course.
Because if you are not doing the right thing, you're stealing from government. You're also corrupt.
Of course.
So we are cautioning you, Liberians. The 1st of December, we've been told that the West African power put things supposed to be in full swing. And with the kind of things that we are hearing about power theft, it's not going to help us
It's not.
because we just got 27, MW to use in our country. So if some of you be stealing their heart, the 27 will be,
Yep.
yeah.
And that is one of the problems LEC have had over the years, Wendell, because you cannot have an entire community. You can be supplying electricity to an entire community and you have only like 4 or 5 persons there putting money in meter. At the end of the day, when transformer blows off, you expect LEC to come and bring transformer.
Then it comes back to
What
the LEC.
benefit
It
goes
comes.
to
It,
LEC
com-
for
it
that?
comes back to LEC too,
But
because
listen,
the thing is, I will give you the time, guys. The thing is, Esther, LEC cannot tell me that in a community they do not know how many persons are being supplied, electricity. They should have all of this information. So if somebody's stealing, you will know who's stealing. But they themselves, they are also part and parcel of the power theft. So that's one of the things that creating problem. Every day we talk, oh, we should stop. But the people say the very LEC people are part of the power theft.
Yes, they
So
are.
that's a lot of huge tax being given to Madam Bro.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I'm glad she's on that team because we're gonna have a strict LEC system for now. I don't know how long she's gonna be there for, but
Let's see how it works.
yeah.
So let's hear from you guys, then we can hear from
okay.
our listeners.
So here's my thing. We get a guy that sits in the office and called and says that this thing is trash. He does not. Now the house that was disconnected, is that not the speaker's house? That's my first question I would have asked him, Wendell. The house that was disconnected, was that the speaker house? Because I don't think the newspaper and Madame Bro and the people that was there were not adequately identify the house. He did not come here and tell us it's trash. But look, he wants us to come here and say LEC is at fault for not doing these things. They didn't say involved in this and that. Because LEC is a small fish. Look, the speaker of the country gets enough money to live lavishly.
Yeah, the speaker of it has a budget.
He has a budget. So the fact that even if he wasn't stealing it, but they disconnected his house, and say he's saying that's not his house because I would take claim to that house.
Yeah.
So if that's not his house, then whose house it is? Or is it? So if it's someone else's house, then we'll go after that person. But these things continue to happen and these people get away. I don't hear Luther Tappe saying so and so. They're in the same community. I bet you if you push Luther Tappe right now, you will say, hey, your speaker house was disconnected too. So my people, when we pay these people, they sit in their office instead of coming on. By the way, that's what the speaker pay you for. If you think there's a erroneous thing out there, you can come on air and say, listen, this is not true. The house disconnected was not the speaker, or this is such and such that happened. It was misleading. You don't just call in the back and say, oh, my man, don't do this. This is not how you call it. It's not fair to our audience. It's not fair to the ordinary citizen, because I always put myself in the ordinary citizen's position because I do not have power. The only power I have is my voice. Thank God for America. Thank you.
Okay, so what I'm hoping, Wendell, is that those that were disconnected, right? They should be fined, because we want this to serve as a deterrent. If you are out there and you are still doing power theft, people are coming for you.
Yeah, that's what she said. They will fall prey to disconnection or fine.
Very Bura, thank you. I come here, I bring in your low present, madam. I come in right there. I'll come hold your phone and rub your phone with a nice photo. So you can work.
Oh yeah, she's working.
Yeah, that's look. We want patriotic Liberians. People who can do the job without fear or favor. People who have so much love for country, like the president. I see Mary Bro. She may have. I'm not saying she's a saint.
No,
she does have her own flaws, but when it comes to working, she doesn't joke.
No, and that's what I like about
all of the places Mary Bro served. We all know that she brought some serious transformation to those areas.
Yeah.
Well, you remember when we had this passport saga where, our passport was into the hands of wrong people. She was sent there, and things were
And
being
they
put
clean
out.
up.
Yeah.
Wendell, you know what? They
Mhm.
say our Liberian man are taught her, right? I
Yeah,
used
got
to give
profile.
Mary
Yeah.
Brown shit myself. I used to give her a hard time. But because we ourselves would sit here on this air, everybody kind of say, our problem, Liberian people are our problem. We still take the day. We don't put it where they're supposed to be. But you see, when Mary Brown kind of what happens? And we can take care of our problem finally. Because when she see you do it, she will make sure you don't do it again.
Yeah.
That's something called enforcement. And I always say this on this air, but people don't listen. In this America, the first time you get on the ground, nobody got to tell you what you have to do. You will see everybody doing it and you will follow in line. You know what I'm saying? Because it is enforced. The street I'm driving on, it has a speed limit. Nobody on here, I can go 60, 70, 80, whatever. But when they catch me, you're taking care of business. You see what I'm saying? So this is what Mary Burrow is doing. Imagine we can actually put a system in place, a Mary Burrow system. If we can use machine that can catch people like Mary Burrow can catch people and embarrass them, all of these things will end. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And so we're going to hear from our people. The political officer in the office for Beaufort Chambers is George Watkins. All right. So George Watkins told us that we shouldn't give credence to the story. That story is a complete trash. All right. So you heard from the reading, the current chairman of Unity Party, Dr. Tape, and the current speaker of the 54th National Legislature, Beaufort Chambers, they were nabbed for power theft. All right. 102 homes were disconnected in the rehab area. Let me just, LEC said that the money that they can lose every year for the $8 million annually to power theft. Jefferson Stealing Current, LEC can lose that money. Yeah, and that's a huge losses. $48 million. That's a lot of money. So we'll go to the phone lines and hear from you, House Speaker and Unity Party Chair among homes disconnected, Big Fish nap in power theft. And let's go to the lines now and hear from you. Then we'll go to our comment section where Esther will read out some of the comments being placed on our Facebook feed. So to call in to participate, the numbers are 0776 104 104, 086 500 104, 0770297016. And our WhatsApp number is +231 86 500 104. The program is from the Print News. Today is Monday, the 21st of November, 2022. Let me say congratulations to my friend and brother, Romeo Juliet Toba of ECOWAS Radio. Romeo got married on yesterday. And I want to say congratulations to you, Mr. Romeo Toba, for taking a wife on yesterday. We say, just enjoy your marriage life. We wish you all the best in it. Let's take our first caller. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Wendell. Good morning to your co-host and my senior brother, Gus. How you guys doing?
Well, I'm fine. Thank you. What's your name and where you join the conversation from?
Yeah, this is Sadia Sony. I'm calling from Maryland, USA.
Mr. Sony, it's good having you as our first caller from the USA. Let's hear your contribution.
Yeah, you see the issue, like the senior brother Gus was saying, every day we will say, Liberian, we are our own problem. How in the world will the speaker be involved with a power theft? And then the office staff stay in the bag and be talking about, oh, it's a trash. It's not a trash. The information will be concrete until you, the office staff of the speaker, come on the air. All the speaker inside appear on the air and clear it out. Other than that, those guys are the one causing the problem in the country. We tell people, like, bro, the horse, they are our main problem. And they just feel one man is the problem every day, president. LEC is losing that kind of money. You don't even have transformers, like your co-host was saying, and Gostu was saying, in this country we have, we say the Royal Liberian winner. They play with living winner. Nobody got to tell you, say, they current in your heart, they coming feeling you. Your bills on a month to month. By the time the month end, you're not paid to call it. Nobody coming beg you. They call it. So, Liberian man, we're not our own problem. The system we get in that place, that's the problem. We not get a system. If the men are paying, you get extra problem. We know. If you get 50% on a transfer, you got a meter setting before you. It's on the computer.
Yeah.
You got a transformer here. You know how many percent on that transformer. Then the month end, you know how many percent paying you. Go from house to house. But the very LEC guys are the one collecting the money in the back, connecting the transformers in the night. They connect people in the night, and then they collect a little money on the side. Then they call it my side hustle. So
And also distribution center.
They will say, oh, I get it from the other person, and you go load at you.
That's true.
The LEC guys are the cost. So everything that's a little bit done is the system. When the system is in place, LEC monitoring it, this thing will not happen. And kudos to Mirror, bro.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Salia Soning, my United brother, all the way there from Maryland. Thanks for your contribution. Let's go back to the USA line and take this caller. Hello?
Good morning, Wendell.
Morning, Ms. Solomon Baga Reeves. It's nice having you on the show this morning. I'm quite sure you are following and you called to make your input. So you can take a minute and flow.
Yeah, thank you for the show this morning. I think we need to follow a strict measure for those who are caught in those kind of things. I don't think people will just come up with this kind of story. If the government is also subsidizing electricity or helping LEC, and then for government officials or political party leaders to get involved in the power test, it is shameful, and I think they need to be penalized. Anybody who does that, whether you're in government or you're not in government, by doing that, we'll be able to set good example by our president as a head of the government. But thank you very much for the show.
Thank you so much. That's the voice for Solomon Baca Reeves.
Short and sweet.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you. We'll catch up with you later. Thank you. Let's take more calls. Let's take more calls here this morning or afternoon.
Yeah.
Let me talk to this caller, then we'll just trash that. Hello? Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Inan. Hello to Esther Tazu.
Welcome to the show, man.
We put that last time you have to do the hard one to go into for LEC. So somebody can be the cost of LEC Garrett shop because the Garrett is what I work with them. They see them. They can't open it. They got 40 people who papas and people who have put a wire back up. And at the end of the day, they pass on it to stop up because other people vacation. You don't want to talk about law. We always suffer the consequence. So they need to come out in the ear that they spoke up for the world.
So you stay on direct too?
They don't understand. One person I was saying that for yes, there's one I could other one with Papa and me and so they said no.
So you on that right or you on a meter?
That meter what the meter people to meter what the they for me meter like even person I say for long time because you got and money again.
All right. I hope so because Mary Bro is not going to take side.
I think what you can't understand, they were still told them to count this out instead of going to count autos and they have
Okay, thank you for your contribution. Let's go to the line and talk to our next caller. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Wendell.
Morning. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Edward Gay, and I'm calling from Monrovia.
Go ahead, Gizzy. Let's hear you.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say thank you to LEC for exposing this thing to Mirabel. But here's the thing, Wendell. A story about Bumper Chambers, Peter Chambers, it could be true. So I am challenging George Watkins not to just send you text message, but let him come on public.
No, he did not send me text message. I was on the line with him because I wanted to put him on to make clarity with respect to the story. But he said I shouldn't give that story credence because the story is a complete trash.
Okay, we never put it in this perspective. This is very damaging in the first place towards the CDC-led government, because Chambers is a high-ranking member of the CDC and the third most powerful person in Republic of Liberia. Such allegation worth investigation. And if it is true, I think before Chambers should resign as a speaker because it tarnishes his integrity. It is a shame that we will even hear that a speaker of a republic will be involved in politics. I'm not saying I am apologizing, but
it's alleged now until it's proven.
And I'm saying so the political officers should come on the radio and explain this, because the opposition will not see it that way. They will. It is another what you call political message for the opposition. We keep defending one government from every aspect. We let use common sense here. Come on now. This is so demeaning. Honestly, so with the fact drop the line. Can you please, I beg you, can you please get in contact with Madame Bro? Perhaps she could better explain this.
Thank you. I will do that. I will certainly do that. Thank you. Let's take this caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead. We talking Power Tev. Big names were napped according to the Front Page Africa.
Yes, I heard about the power theft. Before, just one measure about America. America have a system. You can be who. If you break the law deal with you. But Liberia, when you are even a minister, the law is not for you. You want to tell me if the big apple was to be straight, you think the apple would not be straight? Well, the people have found out that the big apple are doing the same thing. So at the result, everybody going down to do the same thing. For common example, LEC, the people that are working LEC, they're doing this connection. And then the meter is very cheap. Actually, I use a meter in my house. It's cheap. But when you go to LEC to get a meter, it's bigger problem. When you tell them to come connect you, it's another problem. And then the same one will go up and tell you, I want to put you direct. So you see where the problem comes from? So if they put the person direct now, the person do want to make money, other people will connect under. So the stealing continue from the bigger apple down to the poor people. And people are not working. So if you tell me, if there are some of us that are brave, some people tell you pay 1,000 per month. Obviously, more people will go there. So let's start from up. Let bigger people first be paying their bill, then they will restrict us down.
Okay.
But if the LEC people cannot go down at the same time, the bigger people want current free, I don't care. Miracle will just work. When she move from there, they will connect it back. Me, I know Liberia. They will just make a call, they will connect it back. So Miracle will just work for nothing. And Miracle, she's a hard-working woman. Anywhere she goes, she will leave mark. I give her credit for that. So I thank you very much for the show. So let big people first start going down, cleaning their houses, then it will come down to the people. If they go Nikuta, it will be war. If they go Luginta, it will be war. If they go Slave, it will be war. All the places, Camp Johnson Road, they put a pay bill. Because what? They steal from the big people.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution. Let's take this caller. Hello.
Good afternoon, Brother.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show, sir.
Well, this is Philip F. I'm calling from Upper Car, to be precise, behind Samoka Town.
Go ahead.
You know, I thank Madam Mary Bro so much for that wonderful work. When it comes to those two prominent people that they have caught stealing the current, they should not defend them like that. Let them stay found and let them go to court. Yeah. They should treat them as common criminals the same way they're treating the other people. They should not just take them to be, because they are prominent people in the society, and they steal and they let them go free. It will not be good. And the issue of LEC, my brother, LEC is a problem for this nation, and LEC is making the government not to get money. Just come to Upper Cornwall, the area I reside. is that there's a new community. Those guys brought posts. Just imagine they charge every one of us that we should get $100. Just imagine. Those are able to afford, they gave them the current. As we're speaking, some of us, they pass the post right in front of us. Because we don't have money, they never gave us current. They never gave us current up to now as we're speaking. So those that get them $100, they get them current. So they are the product that encourages stealing. So they could me, I told them that money before I pay you that money, let me just go and buy my solar plate. I'm using solar plate, just imagine.
Okay.
Why other people using real electricity? So LEC, they are the cost. And they have one young guy, I will call his name today again. They call him LEC Baby. His real name is Adam Mo. These are the people that are stealing current. He take money from people in the community. I know you will call me again and attack me. The last time I call his name over EIBC. I'm calling him, he call him Adam Mo. He's one of the criminals. But LEC, they call him LEC Baby.
Adam Mo, his name is, his popular name is LEC Baby.
Baby, yes. These are the people. These are the people. They take money from people, they don't pay the current, and they run away with your money. You call them, they give you some insult.
All right, my brother. Thank you for making providing us that information. We take more calls. Let's take this person. Let's take this caller. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Agent G from Rivertown.
What's all you, Pop G? Welcome to the show.
Yeah. It is too shameful for this kind of news to come on the airway or the speaker. If it is true, it's very bad. Because government pay all of these, the government gave them budget for that. Even the security in the yard, the cook, everything the government pay. And Baba Chimo cannot tell me that the current you're using, it cannot go up because the meter that we are using, one you put $10 or $20, when they take it over, it go off. So what I recommend this morning for the proper investigation, those that install the current and the speaker should be told the investigator. Because when the money filling current is supposed to go off. So why should current be there throughout and not pay? So that question should go to the supervisor of LEC2. Thank you.
Thank you, Omen G. Thank you so much. Let's take this caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Sorry for the embarrassment.
What an embarrassment.
Yeah. Oh, I was near the radio to understand that I was calling.
Oh,
so I know the feedback, it was bad.
All right, go ahead. Now you live.
Okay.
Let's hear you.
No, yeah. You see, boss, the problem here is now with we, the people who committing, who taking the cover for you. The problem with the LEC. If I tell you the farm, Abraham did that, so I live around the Kissy Camp area, there around the speaker area. I'm not talking about the speaker. I'm talking something different.
Yeah, but did you I think you're one of those that can help us. Did you see the LEC team there with Mary Brawl?
Yeah, they were red tie and everybody told us here for me and I'm still so I probably will take my land down. So people taking down land. They were red around the speaker.
But did you hear that? Did you hear that the speaker was involved with power theft? Hello?
Yeah.
Did you hear that the speaker was involved with power theft when you saw the team there?
My brother, no, I really can't go that far. But I just want to say something. Please, here, let me say that. I know you want to.
They may not turn to Bobo. They may not turn to Bobo.
Okay. The thing here is, the LEC itself is the problem. My professor, Monica Tin, who is coming there with me, bro, fine. Because you taught me at the Foreign Service Institute. It's fine. But the problem there is LEC, you call them, no way. Even my meter on the pole, people started tapping on my meter on the pole, even $40 against it 1 week. So I had to bring my meter down to my own house and pull it in case everything. When they come, they will not even follow the line, or they want to call it. And when they call it, when you can't show your meter, then they want to go to install it, you must pay them different money. When you get problem with your own line, you call LEC, LEC will never come to you without paying the money. So LEC is a real problem. Now the people who subscribing you. LEC is just a problem. Thank you so much. And another thing we get taught off there.
Let's take this person. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Mr. Nimland.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
God's comma in the U.S. You see.
Tell us your name
my
first.
My name is David King, an executive of the National Response and Defense Team. Look, let us not sugarcoat anything here, okay? Speaker Chima House at GSA, not GSA Road, but Zubatan Ria community. I think he shared fence with Professor Wilson. That house was seen this gone weekend with the team from the power test. They were there, and there's a transformer in the fence. I think the house belongs to the spy of the speaker. Okay, and we all know that the speaker, at some point in time, he comes there and spends time. The house belongs to the speaker. He has his spies living there. So this is not something that we should be sugarcoating here, or Watkins should be calling you and telling you this. It's a sheer nonsense. So this is not a trash. I think it is shameful for the speaker to get that kind of money and not be able to pay LEC bill to LEC for whatever current he's using at that house. All right, you look at what transformer here, yeah. Nobody on that transformer aside from your house. So why would you not pay the needed revenue to LEC? And somebody want to tell us that there is a nonsense. Then how you think we'll go after Luther Tabe, who are also here on serious corruption as a cleric? You cannot be behind the pulpit telling your aside from politics, but you can't be behind the pulpit and telling people about repentance when you yourself leading yourself into sin. Because stealing is a sin. You cannot steal from government. Then you tell government, say, government not doing this, government not doing that. But then at the same time, you are stealing from government, you're using government power and refusing to pay the needed revenue. Then how do we call you? You are wrong. So all of them who stealing, they are wrong. Like somebody said, the speaker needs to take up a resignation. Because you can't do that. If Liberia is a serious country, because too much you be sending a resignation in today to his police. You can't do that to us.
Thank you.
Man, you can't do that.
Thank you, Mr. King. Thank you so much for your contribution. Let's talk to this overseas caller. Hello.
I am Brother Wendell. This is Amos Morris. How you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. You refuse to see me, but however,
My man, I'm bringing out the talk. Oh yeah, man. You come to Liberia, you call me, and then the number you call, I tried reaching out to you. I couldn't get you. So you knew how to get me. I didn't know how to get you. So that thing shouldn't be an issue,
right.
Amos.
I apologize.
The apology accepted.
Okay. Yeah, to the issue. Wendell, this is why we said, and we will always say that the guys surrounding the president, some of them are the problem for this administration.
Mm-hmm.
If this country will get better, our leaders have to take the citizenry serious. You cannot be preaching the message of nation building, and you in authority, you are the one destroying the nation. This is a shame that even the speaker name should be called in power theft. Okay, the speaker have been attending several programs relating to LEC because whenever the president travels to this kind of program, they follow the president, they listen to these things the international partner are saying, and today, here his name is coming out in such a thing. This is not anything about sugarcoating. We need to speak to our leaders. We need to tell our leaders the truth. We cannot be talking about rebuilding our nation, and our leaders who are being paid by taxpayers are involved into this kind of act. Same with the issue with drugs in our country. Most of the guys are the ones these drugs dealers using to bring drugs in our country. Okay? Now, the issue with EcoBank and that of the finance minister, we know that what these guys were doing against the finance minister, you know, the guys, they are doing everything to bring these three people down. You remember when the government came muted, the finance minister, Nathaniel Magee, and that of Jefferson Kochi, those were the three names that were ranking in administration that should be sanctioned, should be brought out of the government. The president should sack them and this and that. These guys will not rest until they can get these people out of government. But here is the issue here, we know. Liberia has to move forward. If Liberia will move forward, we need to be honest to ourselves. By you being sacked from government, it's not your platform. It was a privilege, but not your right. When you are serving in public service, you need to do your best that today or tomorrow, when you are removed from the job, there should be no need to go and using falsehood to come back at people. What the guys doing to our country is not right. We need to stop it and put our country first. Thank you, Winnell.
Thank you very much. We'll send controls to Esther to go to our comment section to read out some comments there, and then we come back and close up.
Right. So we have this comment from Amos as Collie says, very impressive. George Lamandine says, good morning. I'm following from District 6 GSA Rural Community. Phoenicia's Journey on By says, I'm watching live. Juju Wonwe says, I'm watching. Moses H. Colley says, good morning. I'm following from Cottington University campus. Roosevelt Kruma says, good morning, guys. Many thanks for always keeping us abreast of the happenings in Mama Liberia and the world as a whole. Famuya M. Fofana says, good morning. Dennis T. Yeah says, good morning, guys. Watching from FDA community. Roosevelt Kruma again says, in order to keep electricity running smoothly, let us all pay our electricity bills regularly. Power theft should be taken as a state crime, as violators should be fined or go to jail. Beatrice Rare says that story in the front page concerning the speaker whom is false. I'm following the LEC team. They just spoke in the what? I don't understand. The speaker whom was never disconnected. Okay, and then we have Henison. Queen says, following you guys from Wazor City, Grand Bassa County. It is embarrassing to have people who can afford money trying to bypass the system. This is really, this really made me shame you too. I don't understand. But then we have Ibrahim Sharif. He says, good morning from my Aunt Wendell, Nina, and Esther. I'm following you live from Blue Rangers of the Coalition for Democratic Change chat room. Thanks for your great topic on our discussion this morning. David Johnson says, I'm watching from Dryers Market. Good day to my big brothers and Esther. Emmanuel the Chin says, God favor Miloa. Good morning, following from the country political armor dome, House of Representative, Capitol Hill, Monrovia. Beatrice Reagan says, to confirm, just go to LEC anti-power theft team Freedom. They are live with journalists covering the progress. And then Kessely Jones says, I am recommending to this radio station to tell Mr. Sion, the general manager, to have the 16 tribes to start announcing Liberian dialects on the station. We will appreciate it if you will come to support that. Thank you. Salia Sony says, the political officer of the speakers needs to be fired. A damaging story like this should be taken care of promptly before it spreads out. If they can't come out now, the story is true. And Lawrence Pico says, hello Freedom FM, I'm watching from the 21st Street. And then that's Ezekiel. I think Ezekiel.
Hezekiah? Is that Hezekiah Dido?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Hezekiah Dido says, following from Christopolis Community District 17, Montserrat County. So far, that's all we have in our comment section.
All right, so we take our last call and then we send controls to our USA partner to wrap up this caller. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you calling from?
I'm Mrs. Julie, calling from Pato Island.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
When they are talking about power theft, you can blame the citizen, and I would say LEC can be blamed 90%.
Okay.
I had a problem, yes. My meter went in, I know they said relay or something. We know for 3 weeks I worked in LEC. I called LEC hotline, they gave me call, I put it in. I went to LEC, they said I should go to Crown Prince, the people like we for the scoring, for the meter. I went at their office, the people told me to check the CIU, I check it up, they check it all, they said I should go back to LEC. I went back to LEC, LEC said they can't do anything, I should come back to Crown Prince. I went to Crown Prince, people said they said I should go by LEC. Just for the end of the day, for LEC, the customer service they get there to tell me that they not get meter to give me, and they can't promise me when they will give me meter for actually the power test. Can you imagine? With 4 different letters have been written in already. They say they can't do it. They did not get meter to give me, and they can't promise me anything for actually the power test. So tell me now, how you look at that kind of thing?
I know, right?
Yeah, how you looking at it? It's very painful that other neighbors will got current, and then you don't have current, all because of LEC messaging. LEC to be swift. They should return to customer care. They don't have customer care. That's one of the greater things that there. They don't have customer care. LEC customer service is very poor. It's very well poor. You will run behind it for I know how many weeks. I mean 3 weeks.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm quite sure the folks there are listening. They would do all they can to make sure that this issue of power theft is curtailed. So let me, at this junction, thank you very much. Thanks for calling. Let me send controls back to Gus so we can close up.
Yeah. Wendell, thank you. Again, LEC has a major fault, like the lady just said that too. Customer service on ain't LEC alone. Every single entity in Liberia. You know, people don't realize in these countries, they put so much into customer service because that's how they generate revenue, right? So if Wendell Nimler is paying me money, I'm gonna be the nicest person to Wendell Nimler. So every month Wendell Nimler feel the need to come and pay me my money. Okay, I'm not cussing Wendell Nimler. Oh, I'm gonna give him everything he needs. For instance, LEC, the fact that LEC does not have a control board, again, every single power that is transmitted or transferred from one place, from the main hub to each community, should be controlled at a substation or at some board that say, hey, in this community, we have this many transformers. So this is the amount of current that's supposed to be transmitted in this department or in this community or sent to this community. So you're able to send that amount of current to that community. So then when too much current is being used in that community, if you had a board, a control board again, there will be something called a surge. That means too much happening, almost like you're putting water in the bucket and the water flowing over the bucket. Then LEC then would take action. But the fact that they don't do that, this is where we have some of our problem. And then we're talking about people calling, they want transmitters or transmission devices, poles, and all these different things. And LEC cannot find it within themselves to do those things. LEC themselves do not want to be viable. Because if you want to be viable, you got to provide the means possible for your customer or clients to be able to use whatever you're supplying. So LEC is not doing that. So they're failing at themselves, you know. But the citizen aspect of things, we know where Liberia is today, my people. You see, you can do this with the telephone people, right? Because they have control there. Yeah. Imagine if LEC was taken serious like the telephone people do. Like the telephone people know that, my man, even your free call, they're taking it away from you. Imagine if the telephone people, LEC was running LEC like the telephone people. Today, we'll have plenty of cell phone online. We'll have 3 or 4 different LEC providers. You know what I'm saying? So until then, all I would say is this. People that have the opportunity in that country, you have to pay your fair share. You have to be the example. Mr. Speaker office, what we're saying is, I will always flog my own first before somebody else flog them. That is something my mom always taught me. My grandfather, same thing. I always ask, why do you want me to be a special person? I got to claim my pants have to be iron. All these things for me to be look good to get out. They say, you know what? When you leave this house, you're representing me. So when these government officials, you think, and my brother from America said, we want this person out and that person out. No, you know the truth is,
when something happens in those offices, they go after George Weah, who I care about. That's a problem to me. They are there serving at the will and pleasure of not only George Weah, but the millions of people who saw George Weah as their leader. So if that person is sitting there and not doing their job, it is crazy of any of us to sit there because of party, to shield them, because you are shaming yourself and the person that you put your name on the line for. Why would you do that? Mr. Speaker's representative, like one of our brothers said, you should be now calling every station, calling my number office to renege or have some kind of statement and say, hey, there was a misinformation about the Speaker office termination. Not us. We can't do nothing about it, sir. You know, you take care of that over there. That is your job. The Speaker office is paying you for you to take care of some of these damaging information because he's the Speaker. Damaging information are always going to come out against what? Good people, because that's all they can get from good people, right? You got to find something bad about them. When you're good, that's all we can find. Something bad about you. So thank you, man. Have a great day, Esther. Great deliberation today. I like the collabo. Wendell, you got to keep Esther on your side now. Just like your pocketbook. She did great today.
Every time you yell, she not yes, she on her own. That's all I gotta say. All right, folks.
Don't mind.
Yeah. We got our own issue, Papa. So not me. Don't blame it on me. All right. All right, guys. We gotta go.
I know that.
Yeah. All right, so we got to go. Thanks to all of you for your contribution. And we encourage all of you to stay away from power theft because what it does is that it deprives us from those benefits we're supposed to get as a country. $48 million not coming into government coffers every year. That's huge losses. So if we all can work together for the betterment of Mama Liberia, hey, we'll always celebrate. So thanks and do have a great Monday.